Well, good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday. That means it's story time. I have a story today that I think you're going to like. It's about ducks and eagles, okay? And cab drivers, I guess. Oh, I should throw that in there as well. Hey, we hope that you're practicing all the things that you're supposed to, as far as social distancing and washing your hands and wearing your mask. That's pretty important because we don't want any of you to get the virus and pass it on to anyone else. So please make sure you do that. It's pretty important. We don't want the port to get infected, except for the wonderful love of Jesus Christ. That's already got us. We are infected with that. And so that's a good thing. All right. Well, my story time today, here we go. Harvey Mackey tells a wonderful story about a cab driver. He was waiting in line for a ride at the airport when a cab driver pulled up in his cab. The first thing Harvey noticed was that the taxi was polished to a really bright shine. Smartly dressed in a white shirt, black tie, and freshly pressed black slacks, the cab driver jumped out and rounded the car to open the back passenger door for Harvey to get in. He handed my friend a laminated card and said, "I'm Wally, your driver. While I'm loading your bags in the trunk, I'd like you to read my mission statement." Taken back, Harley read the card. It said, "Wally's mission statement: to get my customers to their destination in the quickest, safest, cheapest way possible in a friendly environment." This blew Harvey away, especially when he noticed that the inside of the cab was just as finely cleaned as the outside. Spotlessly clean. As he slid behind the wheel, Wally said, "Would you like a cup of coffee? I have a thermos of regular and one of decaf." Mike Bartlett would like that one. My friend said jokingly, "No, I prefer a soft drink." Wally smiled and said, "No problem. I have a cooler up here that has regular and Diet Coke, water, and orange juice." Almost stuttering, Harvey said, "I'll take a Diet Coke." Handing him his drink, Wally said, "If you'd like something to read, I have the Wall Street Journal, Time Magazine, Sports Illustrated, and USA Today." As they pulled away, Wally handed my friend another laminated card. "These are the stations I get and the music they play. If you'd like to listen to the radio and have any preference, just let me know." And as if that weren't enough, Wally told Harvey that he had the air conditioning on and asked if the temperature was comfortable for him. Then he advised Harvey of the best route to his destination for that time of day. He also let him know that he'd be happy to chat and tell him about some of the sights along the way if he wanted. But if he preferred, he could just leave him alone to his own thoughts. Tell me, Wally," Harvey said in amazement. Have you always served your customers like this?" Wally smiled into the rearview mirror. "No, not always. In fact, it's only been in the last couple of years. My first 5 years driving a cab, I spent mostly complaining like all the rest of the cabbies do. Then I heard one day on the radio something that changed me and my attitude. what I heard was that when you get up in the morning, if you expect to have a bad day, you'll rarely disappoint yourself. So, stop complaining. Separate yourself from your competitors, the other cab drivers. Don't be a duck. Be an eagle. Ducks quack and complain. Eagles soar above the crowd. Well, all of that hit me right between the eyes, Wally said. What I heard was meant just for me. I was always quacking and complaining, so I decided to change my attitude and become an eagle instead of a duck. I looked around at the other cabs and their drivers. Their cabs were dirty, the drivers were unfriendly, and the customers were always unhappy. So I decided to make some changes. I put in a few at a time. When my customers responded well, I would do even more. I take it that has paid off for you, Harvey said. It sure has, Wally replied. My first year as an eagle, I doubled my income from the previous year. This year, I'm expecting to quadruple it. You were lucky to get me today, however. I don't usually sit at a cab stand anymore. My customers call me on their cell phones and make an appointment to be picked up, or leave a message on my answering machine. If I can pick them up myself, if I can't pick them up myself, I get a reliable cabbie friend to do it for me, and he gives me a piece of the action. Wally was phenomenal. He was running a limo service out of a yellow taxi cab. I've already told that story to more than 50 cab drivers over the years in my travels, and only 2 that I know of took the idea seriously and ran with it. Whenever I go to their cities, I give them a call. The rest of the drivers, they quack like ducks instead of flying like eagles. Well, Wally the cab driver made a different choice. He decided to stop quacking like ducks and start soaring like eagles. How about us? Smile, and the whole world smiles back at you. So the ball is now in your court. A man reaps what he sows. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Let us do good to all people. Ducks quack, eagles soar. Remember that. Sorrow looks back, worry looks around, but faith looks up. Well, that's my story time today, and I'm sticking to it. Hope you all have a great week. So long.